is a getaway when everything goes on sale. I got a holiday. What is that? Green Day, maybe? I don't know. Hey, ooh, wow, okay, well. Ooh, the healer at the bottom of the deck, which is a star. Four of Wands, Nine of Swords, Ten of Cups. I'm doing my 2020 forecast, like I said. I was just going to do it and take a picture. I was like, I'll do it live, because then I'll just like watch it back later and have a little video accompanying instead of just the picture. And sometimes, you know, the picture, it means different things at different times. And a video, again, it's something about putting it down, making it like less abstract that I don't always like, which is why I didn't just make this. Oh, my bad. Which is why I didn't just make this deck based solely off of the energies of zones and essences and realms and souls. Was that a card flip? Also, I realized that like this is my full moon. I'm a Pisces. It's a Pisces full moon. The full moon is 10 degrees Pisces. My sun is 10 degrees Pisces. Mercury is 24 degrees. Virgo, my Mercury is 24 degrees Pisces. So I'm getting an exact sun and an exact Mercury opposition this time around, which is interesting. I hope I've done enough within me to give the collective something to work with. Hey, Clarinda. Happy Pisces new moon. It's almost here. It'll be here in a few hours. Honestly, I feel like I haven't been as affected by the lunar cycles lately as I was like before June, July. Usually like 10 degrees Pisces, I'd be like weepy and crying, especially Cancer, but I'm feeling pretty good. This though, Four of Cups, Nine of Swords, 10 of Cups. This just feels like anxiety over missed opportunities when it's like it was a preview anyway. What is this? This is the moon in Cancer, Mars in Gemini, and Mars in Pisces. So we got Mars energy twice, which is interesting. Everything astrologically is so interesting right now. I'm just like listening to the narratives being like talked about with the astrology, and I'm just like, I don't know, like maybe I'll just be ahead of it sometimes. I don't know. It's my path to be, I guess. Oh yeah, this reminds me, because I was in the bathroom. I went to the restroom before I came live. I washed my hands. And it just dawned on me when I did the trial by water video on my legacy channel. And I was like, this is a reading for me. And then the demon and the archangel of mysteries came out. I didn't even piece it together at the time, but it just hit me in the bathroom. Because like the archangel of mysteries is the angel who illuminates the shadow. And then what came out under the archangel of mysteries? The shadow. It was the demon. I was like, what? Okay, we're going to flip this over so we can hopefully get these cards face down. Two of Swords getting replaced by the Ten of Wands. I don't know why I always say that. I do. I'm just like, because I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm touching the cards. And I'll be like, I wash my hands. It's not like I'm disrespecting my stuff, like going to the bathroom, not washing my hands, and touching the cards. So show me September, October, November, and December. Like preferably like one card for each. There's that Ten of Wands. I want you to fall onto the table, face down, please. These aren't face down. Oh, wow. With the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I don't know what these energies are going to be. We'll just take them. Your hands are so dry. You wash them so much. That's one thing I don't like about drinking a lot of water. When I go to the bathroom a lot, and then I keep washing my hands and they dry out. Temperance, Death, and the Magician. The Magician. Temperance, Death, and the Emperor are coming out. The Angel, the Reaper, the Emperor. The Emperor is looking away from all of this. The Reaper is looking at the Angel like, okay, waiting time's over. The Emperor in this deck is like a hawk or a falcon. And we're even talking about those birds. This is mutable energy. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Swords is the Destroyer. So maybe that's a transition of masculine energy from destroying to purifying, right? It's giving me like Shiva energy, but Shiva removes and destroys corruption instead of just being like wildly destructive, which is interesting. Right? I knew it. I didn't, Clorinda. I tried to place the order and it didn't go through. So I was like, oh, maybe it's not supposed to be, or not supposed to be right now. Also, that was last night, so I might go back and try to do it again. I like how on the shipping options, they were like, you can pay money to get it a day earlier, some more money to get it 2 days earlier, or lots of money to get it within a certain time frame. I was like, okay, I'll just wait. Oh, there we go. This will be for September. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm only taking face down cards. So this will be the only one. Queen of Swords with the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands. The Sun, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups again. So the Queen of Swords with the Ace of Wands. This to me is... The Queen of Swords is the guardian of the unseen realms. The Ace of Wands is the sacred fire, which is about purification. Let's see. It's the awakening. Okay. So Ace of Scepters, the awakening, with the Queen of Swords, the guardian of the unseen lands. Can be the mime. Could also just be those things that lie outside of everything seen. So with the sacred fire energy, it's like the moths that are attracted to this flame are these ideas, solutions, and things like that. And so if we have pure desire, or if we're tapped into the truth of who we are, then we get the information that it is that we actually seek. With the Two of Wands and the Sun, this is the discerning one and the warrior. Both of these. Mars and Aries is the Two of Wands, and then the Sun is the Sun. But with the discerning one and the warrior, that's the energy of choosing battles wisely or fighting battles wisely. Right? Not every fight is worth fighting. And then the last two are the gardener and the joyous one. And that's, I mean, all of these seeds starting to bloom. For those things that have been nurtured in the dark, they are now about to breach the surface and come to the light. What was unseen with the Queen of Swords will soon be seen with the Ace of Wands. And like really seen. Like that's a pretty big fire. So now let's go to October. Please give me a face down card for October. Ooh. see. Face down card for October, please. Let me get my posture right. Thank you. Now let's do November. Oh, we got 2 for October. November and December. Wow, look at that. Bottom of the deck is this Page of Wands. Every time I see the Page of Wands, I tell y'all, the tale resumes. The tale resumes. 2 for October, 2 for November, 1 for both December and January. So the Moon card is at the bottom of the deck now, which is, I don't mind that because the Moon is my energy for Virgo season. So how do I want to do this? I guess it doesn't matter too much, but we'll do it this way. So the Page of Pentacles came out after the Page of Wands. So I pulled another card, and for that one, it's the Ferryman 6 of Swords. And then here again, we get the Wish Granted coming for that Stronghold of the Flame. So, I mean, hey, an easier physical time, maybe some financial abundance, maybe, you know, some career and relocation and stuff like that cleared up. Also with just like the Wish Granted in general, I'll take it. So card for September for me, please. If this resonates with you, amazing. This is mine. I'm just clarifying that. Okay, well. Oh, that's too much. A displacement replaced, unintended and unforeseen consequences, a need for wisdom. How do I want to do this? We cheating. It works. All right, now give me one last card for December, please. Just one for December, please. Just one for December, please. Just one for December, please. I think so. This full moon is happening in my 11th house. I almost wish my sun was in the 12th house. I would love to say I have, like, you know, a Pisces sun in the 12th house, but honestly, I think from an experiential point, I would much prefer my sun to be in the 11th house because it's more manageable, in my opinion. But it's also interesting because the 11th house could be the house of like acquaintances and like more global, broader community. Word, but we're not going to take you because you're face up. Give me a face down card, please. Oh, that's way too many. He's like, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Well, let's see. I'll give this 3 more if nothing comes out. 2 more. More. Okay, so we'll just take the face-up card. I'll start from December and then work back to September. We're going to go counterclockwise and then bottom of the deck. Boom. I'm going to make sure there aren't any face down. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I literally, like I said on my Legacy channel earlier, I mentioned on March 21st, on 3/21/2020, making a deck. And it was in daily upload number 4. But daily upload number 4 was the only one that uploaded with no, where passion meets determination, going the distance, and a need for discipline, with the Moon card resting just outside the window. And we saw that card earlier. I mentioned it in daily upload number 4, and daily upload number 4 is literally the only video I've ever uploaded that has absolutely no sound. And I went back to my iPad to make sure like it actually had sound. It had sound on my iPad, but when I uploaded it to YouTube, there was no sound. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to talk about the deck that I want to create. and a little bit more detail than just like, I think I want to make a deck. And now it's here. So I was like, wait, what if that was like the Pisces like new moon, and now in the Pisces around the Pisces full moon? I get it. But it was like a few days before the Aries new moon. So, sun was like 1 degree Aries and the moon was in Pisces. So anyway, let's get into December. December is the Black Joker, number 1. Prophetic dreams, inspired action, and tapping into the other side. 89, 2, 3, 6, 3, and 1. I am going to look and see what that 89 is. 89, I believe, I should know, because I just got 90 the other day. I don't remember. 89 is Pisces. 89 is Pisces. Hey. Beep, 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 beep. Coming out with that Piscean energy. I love it. I love this. I love this energy. I feel like this energy is very accurate. So this is the 6 of Hearts. The 6 of Hearts is maximizing or minimizing, limitation or support. Look to the root. 45, 2, 1, 2, and 4. I feel like I've done a lot of work on my root chakra. I feel like I've healed a lot of, at least a lot of the stuff that was holding me back in the past. And so I should be more on the maximizing and support side of this rather than the minimizing and limitation side, right? And again, it's the root that really determines where we are in this energy. This is an either or. Okay. So let's see what card came out with this. The 8 of Wands. Oh, wow. The Sharpshooter. Mercury and Sagittarius. Let me actually see where Mercury will be in December. Because I'm curious. Because I know the sun will be in Sagittarius, and then it'll go into Capricorn. So Mercury has to be either Sag or a Cap or Aquarius by the time the sun moves into Capricorn. But let's just see. Chart details. We'll do December 15th because it's the middle of the month. And I think December 15-ish would be my graduation day. What day is that? It's a Tuesday. Somewhere around there. So it might be the week after that, or that weekend. So Mars will still be in Aries, of course. It'll be direct, 21 degrees. Uranus will be still retrograde, 7 degrees Taurus. Venus will be in Sagittarius, 0 degrees. Mercury will be in Sagittarius. No, that's Icarus, sorry. Yeah, Mercury will be 22 degrees Sagittarius. The sun will be 24 degrees Sagittarius on the 15th, so Mercury will be in Sag in December. The moon is in Capricorn, so December 15th is going to be a few days after a new moon in Sagittarius. Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn will all be direct. Both Jupiter and Saturn will be 29 degrees Capricorn on the 15th. And so they have a conjunction at the end of Capricorn before they both go into Aquarius. Cute. Well, I think Jupiter will actually be moving faster than Saturn. So this will be right before the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. And then Neptune will be direct, 18 degrees Pisces. So yeah, Mercury will be in Sagittarius at that time, which is interesting. And I'm going to do the I Ching. Well, I can't do the I Ching because that's the Joker. So no I Ching for that. Wait, the Joker is the Fool, so I can still do the I Ching. I think the Fool is it double? I think I'll just double it for the Jokers because they're a wild card. Wild card. But yeah, when I was like, wait, the sun is going to be sun and moon, like 10 degrees. That's my sun. 10 degrees Pisces, that's me. A ten of. So that's the 8 of scepters. We're going to say this is double thunder. Double thunder is number 51, sharp turn. Oh, yeah, this will be a real sharp turn. 8 of wands is like your whole life is just going to completely change. I mean, I guess I'll have my degree by then. I'll have gone through graduation. Hopefully have a job. That would be amazing. That would be so lovely. I will have a job by then. Unexpected sharp turn in a great thunderstorm. The shock of fate has hit you. Circumstances seem beyond your control. In the wake of cataclysm, your will is weakened. You cannot allow that to happen. While you cannot control the circumstances, you can control your mental response. Learn to maintain your composure in the face of cataclysm. Do not be terrified by the thunder and lightning. The outcome is not as bad as you dreaded. Regain your inner strength. You must persist onward in your endeavor, in spite of blows. In time, you will fully recover what you have lost. It is still auspicious to go forth on your endeavor. And just like this card said, look to the root. I feel like I've gotten pretty solid at, not being so shaken by towers that I can't, maintain my mental composure. Oh my gosh. With this being inspired action, that could be a lot of that. Also with prophetic dreams, it could be some good stuff coming, but like really quickly. So yeah, I think it's going to be really, really important for me to kick this procrastination habit now so that I don't slow anything down, because it looks like come December, I'm going to have to really move. And my card for December, for the month of December, is the Hangman, which is interesting because I have the Empress in November and then the Hangman in December. And low key, I was like, wait, am I tying the knot in December? I got a few months to find a husband. Let me stop. Because the Hangman, that is a tight knot in the Hangman, getting hitched, could be. A boy can dream. So November. Oh, wait. Oh, well, there's the 10 of Cups. This 10 of Cups kept coming out, so I did want to read this first, though. So sorry about that. A little premature. Oh, look, another one. The Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades came out for Pisces, I believe. I think Virgo got the Ace of Clubs and Pisces got the Ace of Spades. So here's another call to Pisces, also number 77. 77 is the Sage of Souls. And 18 is the moon, so there's that Piscean energy anyway. So the energy of Pisces is carrying me through to the end of the year, apparently. Tapping into the seed of all creation, understanding what predates all, things that must remain in the dark. Now, when I wrote things that must remain in the dark, it was very high priestessy type energy of basically secrets that must be kept because of what the information can do, or because of what it means, or because of how it would be misused. There's a certain element of responsibility with this, or gatekeeping. The other card that came out is the 7 of Cups. Here's 17 Cups. The Corruptor or the Joyous One. Is this a choice? What's happened in November? Because I think my card for October is Death in Reverse. And it's the back of Death in Reverse because I used the vice versa when I did it. Let me actually make sure. It was so interesting because my card for June was the back of the 10 of Swords. And when I pulled cards for June, it actually came out the back of the 10 of Swords for July. No, for June. Wait, what's it, June or July? It might have actually been June. And the solar eclipse was in July. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, it came out in June. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, the Back of Death came out in reverse for me. For this is and then the Six of Wands is my overall energy for this year by Zodiac. Y'all can see my Queen of Cups, Death in Reverse, Empress, and then that's the Hangman at the top. That's December. Okay, Clarinda. Oh, Death in Reverse. What is this though? Tapping into the seed of all creation, understanding what predates all, things that must remain in the dark. So the Ten of Cups is here, the joyous one, which is emotional fulfillment, emotional and spiritual fulfillment by November or in November. But the Corruptor is also here. The Corruptor may speak of choices. Let's say, for example, there's this Ten of Cups moment that happens, but then there's an opportunity that also comes up. And so there's a choice. And then there was the great thunderstorm in December. I mean, because after December, I guess my whole life would be open. I feel like I do have a lot of choice right now, but my choice is slightly lessened because I don't actually have that degree yet. So when I do, I think honestly for me, this Seven of Cups, especially coming out in November, especially if I finish before November, Thanksgiving is also in November. So maybe like I'll have a job by then, maybe I'll be relocated by then, and I may not necessarily be able to come home for Thanksgiving. And that might actually be something to think about now, because you know, if we enter another lockdown shutdown, then travel, I may be in an area that travel isn't prohibited in, but I don't necessarily live my life that way. So it's just, I guess, worth mentioning that that could be a possibility. Also, because I honestly like, I would love to do what I was originally wanting to do using my degree. But at the same time, with this Seven of Cups, I might be presented with another option that isn't the path that I'm currently on right now. And so I think it's going to be important to really make this decision in November, because by the time things actually wrap up, because like if I finish in November, they might just tell me to wait until December to get my degree anyway, right? Because it's only like a few weeks later. And then there would actually be graduation in December that I would be attending. And so I guess that could also be a choice. Do I actually want to go to my graduation, or like I already have a job, I've already relocated, I don't really necessarily need it. And my mom would be like, oh, you're going to your graduation. It's been too long for you to not go to your graduation. And again, there's something about the seed of all creation that's just like, by this point, I wouldn't have to do what I initially set out for. I think it'll also be important for me to remember right now the lessons that I've learned and the person who I am. Because this Ten of Cups energy, like who I was before now, really, like I feel like I would have sacrificed a lot just to try to keep this thing But to keep that, hey, there's the 9, and then here's the 10. Ow. I got the 6 of Swords already for my overall, and then the 6 of Wands already for my overall, and then the 6 of Swords for the rest of 2020. So hey, love that. Sailing on to my wish fulfillment. Ow, love that. Love that. I guess I'll I-Ching these two. I do want to see what the Ace of Swords is too. Let me just look that up real quick. That's how I'm feeling it though, because I feel like I said, it's going to be important for me to remember, like, I have to still show up. And it's reminding me of, like, be careful not to let merriment devolve into debauchery. From number 58, maybe, Mirth. Ace of Spades is the woman. Ace of Spades is the woman. Feminine, individual, and inquirence life. The querent, femininity, neutral, and immediately. So we got a woman coming. Oh, snap. Is this a third party energy? Let me stop. I mean, I guess you got to be in one party. All right, it got to be a party of 2 before it can be a party of 3, unless I find myself in a situation where I think I'm in a party of 2, but it's actually a party of 3. And we going to clear that right now, because I ain't even manifesting that for me. Because in the 8 of Wands, oh, like, what? This isn't like a one-on-one situation? Okay, bye. I'm on to the rest of my life. Have fun. And again, it's just like with this 10 of Cups, keeping all of the strength that I found and not letting myself go completely limp and docile when that happiness comes in. Because to maintain it, I need to be present. So this will be wind over water. That'll be interesting. Let's see. Wind over water is number 59. Make waves. Ooh. I think 58 was Mirth too. I'll pass it on the way to 59, so we'll see. I think this is the first time I've used the SKT to like do a month by month. Wait, why am I even doing this? Yeah, 58 is Mirth. Because I was like, last time I was like, oh, I don't like pulling cards. I want to be surprised. Well, here I am. Number 59 is making waves and dispersal. Make offerings to the divine and build temples to show your devotion. A king must align with divinity to maintain the kingdom. A very important task is at hand, and to make waves, you will be the driver of the forces. When there is disagreement, you can bring unity by conceiving of a new idea and announcing an innovative proclamation that does not include any of the old ideas from current parties. That's coming into a new energy and bringing new things to the table. That way, neither party feels favored or disfavored. The announcement can serve as a rallying cry for harmony. The next course of action for the matter at hand is your chosen action. Thoughts beget movement. So yeah, like I said, with this, especially here, and not forgetting everything that I learned, it's that's that connection to the divinity that must be maintained. And I guess that's also an energy with the 10 of Cups. Like I said, it's like, be careful not to let merriment devolve into debauchery. It's once I do start to get everything that I want, you know, it's like, don't go slack. Don't get off the path just because you got your abundance and you got your woman or your man. For me, it would be a man. He could be feminine or have feminine tendencies. I wouldn't care. But just because you have your person and maybe this happiness, it's like, don't let that distract from what it is that you still need to do with that 7 of Cups. Okay. Because with the 8 of Wands coming in December, and the solar eclipse is in December too. So graduation may be on the day of the solar eclipse. That would be so funny if I got my degree on the day of the solar eclipse. Girl, let me see. I'll look it up later. So now moving back to October, the Queen of Spades. We got the Black Joker, the Ace of Spades, the Queen of Spades. Operating as a unified whole, living the example, a heart that shines from the depths of the soil, from the soul, the soil. A heart that shines from the depths of the soul. There's actually a 444 on this card. 34, 9, 11, 4, 6, and 4. 9 and 11. Interesting. 34, 9, 11, 4, 6, 5. Operating as a unified whole, living the example, a heart that shines from the depths of the soul. Now, 34, that might actually be the Teacher of Essences. Maybe. Let's see. It reminds me of pastrami. 34 is the Teacher of Essences. So here's the Sage of Souls in November, with Pisces in December, and then the Teacher of Essences in October. And Teacher of Essences is interesting because my energy for September is the Queen of Cups. What song is that? It's oh, I have to ask my brother what the song was. Your paychecks don't mean that much to me. What's that song? So grab my hands and hold me tight. You'll never find my love. You buy me this and you buy me that to win over me over. You got me wrong, and that's a fact. I know it's Kings versus Three Cones or something like that. Hold on, I'm finding the song. It just popped into my mind. This is for my posterity. I'll probably watch this back a few times. At the top of the month, I'll be like, hey, what about for this month? Let me see. Why did WAP just immediately take that song right out of my mind? Goodness. There's honestly like this mix between Kesha's TikTok and WAP that's been like just playing in my head. And it starts with like, don't stop, make it pop. DJ Bloomer. No, wait. Yeah, it's a mix. I ain't gonna go through it, but it's like, don't stop, make it pop. That's a WAP. That's a WAP. TikTok on the clock. That's a WAP. That's a WAP. I don't know why. I don't think I'm gonna find this song. I'm not gonna give up. I'm already this. Whoa, where'd it go? I'm already at the bottom and it's not here. Excuse me. It just like popped up the other day, unless it's on my items, but I don't think it was. You'll never find my love. Your body. No, wait. A heart that beats and a heart that's true. Maybe something. I don't remember. That's the song that popped into my mind. I know what I'm talking about, so I guess I'll just have to find out later. I'm not. Oh, it's right here. This Girl. That's the song. It's This Girl by Kungs and Cooking on like Three Girls or something like that. Kungs versus Cooking on Three Burners. This Girl. That's what the song is. It's This Girl. Okay. Hey, this girl popped into my mind here, and then the woman comes in through the Ace of Spades there. Hey, Queen of Spades is this girl that's on my mind. And the Queen of Spades is me. Hey. The Queen of Spades is the bouquet. Flattery, social life, pleasantness, cordiality, etiquette, politeness, appreciation, positive, and spring. So here's the bouquet. Here's the lady. How do flowers come before the lady? I'm so confused. Operating as a unified whole, living the example, and a heart that shines from the depths of the soul. I am actually excited to maybe get back into my heart and not be so fiery like all the time. That would be really cool, but maybe that's just not the time that we're in right now. Speak of her and she will appear. There's the Archangel of Mysteries, the angel who illuminates the shadow. Now this, the angel who illuminates the shadow with the bouquet and the lady right here speaks to a dream that I had that I've recently talked about, I believe, on this channel. Or maybe not, but I know I just listened to myself talk about this dream not too long ago. Oh, that's because I uploaded a... Oh, yeah. I uploaded a video with a pumpkin, with a jack-o'-lantern. And I just watched it recently, or at least the end of it. And that's when I was talking about the dream I had with... that reminds me of this card and the lady and everything that happened in that dream and portals and everything else. And then the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And that knight is looking at that king is looking at that knight. That might be the king and the king's horse, the king's steed, even though like an angel has wings, so I guess she wouldn't really need one, but well, maybe the horse helps her liberate these lost souls or something. I don't know. Archangel of Mysteries, angel who illuminates the shadow, and the shining quarry. This is the messenger or the knight from the material plane. This could be some of that abundance coming in. So by October, maybe I'll have a job. And that's why some of this is starting to come in here. Girl, if I got to relocate or something like that, if I'm like, but I literally just got this job, So that's another thing. Think ahead. I've already been keeping my eye on, well, it's been on my mind to pursue like telecommuting remote work instead of like a go-in job. Maybe this is a reminder to really go after that, to have that flexibility, right? Because in that way, if I do come into at least career financial abundance, it isn't necessarily tied to a location. That's my end goal anyway. But this is interesting. I'm going to say that whatever happens in December, it's going to be a callback to what happens this month, because that's what the arrow from the sharpshooter is pointing to. And in this deck, it's like whatever the sharpshooter's arrow is pointing to, if he is pointing over this to that, that's a clue. So in October, that feels like massive realizations and maybe a release of some of the stuff that's been tied up in that orb. And that's another thing that was on here, right? It was that operating as a unified whole and living the example. Operating as a unified whole. Welcome back, Cleminda. Operating as a unified whole is about our shadow and our light being healed and together, our feminine and masculine internal energies being balanced, and all kinds of stuff. Higher aspects, lower aspects, all of that stuff. This is a 5. We got 2 1s and then a 5. Now, I'm typically, in the past, I was triggered by 1s because 1 is a number of leadership, and I wasn't necessarily trying to be a leader of nothing. I was just trying to be comfortable in the background. But I guess we can't be a side character in our own lives, right? This feels like something like finally really And I think it was October when I made the pumpkin video. So it's interesting that it's coming up in the space of October when I talked about that dream in there. I was like, I think I saw that lately. What was that? So let's see. September. It's another one. No, it's another ace. I guess I'm not triggered by ones anymore. I can handle it. The energy that we send out is the energy that we receive. The future is born in the heart. 93, which is the year I was born in, 1, 10, 4, 4, and 4. This is interesting because there's a 444, a natural 444, and the last four numbers are 444. And then there's another 444 in this one because on the 30, it's a 30 plus a 4. So that's why the 34 is a 444. Here's another 444. 93 would be Mercury, maybe. Y'all like my computer sounds? Let's see. It's actually Venus. Venus is 93. So we got Venus right here, the teacher of essences, the sage of souls in Pisces. And my card for this month is that Queen of Cups. So I guess Venus would make sense, even though my Venus is in Aries. So, you know, if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. Sorry. I mean, it is what it is, though. Ace of Hearts. This is the man. Masculine individual in the querent's life, the querent's masculinity neutral and immediately. How come the man is immediately and the woman was like soonish? Hello? Where the woman at? Oh no, the woman is also immediately. So here's the man, here's the bouquet, here's the woman, and here's the Ten of Cups. And this would be about the time that I'm finished with the program. Now I got to make sure I actually finish this program. Wow. So the Ace of Hearts, the Queen of Spades, the Ace of Spades, and then the Joker. All of this like royal energy. Well, aces aren't necessarily royals, but hey, they're the aces. And then the Joker, that's like the jester in the court. The energy that we send out is the energy that we receive, and the future is born in the heart. It's interesting that in September, the future is born in the heart, and then in September, October, yeah. In October, it's a heart that shines from the depths of the soul. So the future is actually born in the soul, which is what I was talking about in that space of operating as a unified whole. And maybe that's also what this energy is. The Knight of Pentacles is about moving steadily forward with a conviction that arises from the soul or at a soul level with this Archangel of Mysteries. So I feel like this will be an amazing time for me, but it's not necessarily going to be easy. But I can do not easy. That's what I've been preparing for. This is exactly what I've been preparing for. I just really, really, really need to make sure I don't procrastinate. Yes, I love it. I love it, Clarinda. About time. Let me stop. The energy that we send out is the energy that we receive. I feel like I've been sending out pretty good energy. I mean, I may be a little fiery sometimes, but overall, you know, my heart is there. Oops. And then the future is born in the heart. 444, 444. Interesting. And then the Three of Pentacles. The Mason. This is Mars and Capricorn. I guess I didn't say what the Here's Venus. Oh yeah, I did look at these. Mars in Pisces, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Capricorn. I'm actually gonna go back and I'm gonna see when the last time Mars was in Capricorn. This is the second decade of Capricorn, so I'll look to see when Mars was at 20 degrees. I think it might have been January. And again, this energy here was pointing to this. And so here's a partnership with the Three of Pentacles. It would make sense. There's a complete storyline in my head of what this is. And again, it's related to that dream I had a long time ago. Basically, I lost somebody in a dream and I went looking for him. And I might finally find that person. And find that person in the capacity of us actually being able to, I don't know, like spend some time together or something. Also, this could just be collaborating with spirit. Not necessarily a cycle. I think this right here is just a reminder. Because honestly, this pointing back to this, at this, like the bouquet is here. And not necessarily get married, necessarily. But it's going to be a pretty big shift in my life to have somebody else there. If you hear me talk a lot of times, I'll say, I don't have no kids. I ain't got no man. I'm only responsible for me. I'm in this space now where I can make my own decisions. But December, it's moving so fast. But I think this is a reminder of this partnership. And again, the question down here with the Corruptor and the Ten of Cups, after all of this Pentacle energy, it was kind of sort of like, there was a question of like, maybe I'll have to like relocate or something like that. And I think this is just a reminder to keep this in mind. Like I said, something in September, something that happens this month, it's going to be important for me to remember that when things really start to pick up. And maybe, because the Eight of Wands is also a card of movement. It could be travel, it could be relocation. Maybe I'll be wanting to relocate. Maybe I'll get some opportunities that would require relocation. And I may decide to pass up on it to work on something else. Or to continue building upon, what has already been established. And then down here, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to use my degree or if I'm going to do something else. So, well, September is this month. And last September, I was still at school. But I am going to look and see when the last time when Mars was 20 degrees Capricorn. I'm actually going to look around January 8th, because that might have been somewhere around an eclipse or something. So Mars was in Sagittarius in January. So let's look at March 8th. March 8th, Mars was in Capricorn, second decade, on March the 8th. So let's go to March 20. Let's go to March 21. Why not? Because that's when I made the video. March 21, Mars was 23 degrees Capricorn. Well, let's go to 20, because I made a whole bunch of videos. I might just go back and see what I was talking about in this time. There's 21 degrees. I'll look at 20 degrees. because this is the second decan of Capricorn. So that's like 11 to 20 degrees. Here, Mars is 17 degrees. Oh, come on, come on. 19 degrees. We'll go one more day. 20 degrees on March 16th. March 16th, Mars was 20 degrees Capricorn. So between the 15th and the 16th of March. But it was like right in the middle of the second decan on March 8th, which is a fairly significant date in my life. So yeah. Your sister's wedding anniversary is March 16th. Clorinda, I think there's a reason why you're here right now and why I'm doing this live. And it is 55:55 on the time right now. And the bouquet is here. Maybe there's a marriage. Like I said, the Hierophant or the Hangman in December tying the knot. Let me stop. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Is it interesting though? Not really. It's how the world works. The man around March 8th. Okay. Goodness. You can't make it up. So September is really about building. The foundation is already there, but September is about building upon it. Because again, by November, I kind of need to have my degree done. I need to start applying for or looking at jobs now, because in October, there could be the opportunity with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles to actually move and start doing that. And with all of these 444s, these next 2 months for me are going to be pivotal. It is not a time to rest, and it is not a time to take it easy. And I really need to stop procrastinating. I'm glad I did this. Because, I mean, the overall for the end of the year is the Six of Swords, which is another card of travel and movement, and the Knight of Cups, which is the wish granted. So, Six of Hearts, I'm going to see what that is. Six of Hearts. Great time for an Aussie wedding. Let's go to the Queen of Hearts. Wait, did I I Ching these? I didn't even I Ching these. Oh, I gotta go back into the I Ching. I gotta go back into the I Ching. The Six of Hearts is, for the overall, the stars. Hope, inspiration, optimism, spirituality, dreams, progress, positive, night, and winter. The stars. I love that. Because then here's the wish granted right there. And this is winter. Well, I guess winter starts in December. So the stars, the man, the bouquet, the woman, and then this Joker over here. The Joker is the wild card. The wild card with the Eight of Wands, like literally anything can happen. So I need to be extra, extra, extra sure that I remain diligent and keep myself on the right path. This card also means something to me because it came up in a reading before. And I think that's why in December, it's about like a lot of things are going to be taken off and a lot of things are going to be moving. But remember what this card means. I still got a lot of work to do. Oh, goodness. A hot, steamy summer. Ugh. Ugh, ugh. But, you know, we'll see. More travel, right? I'm all about travel. People like, traveling where? The U.S. is banned because y'all didn't listen and everyone's got COVID. This is kind of amazing. It Feels like a little bit of pressure, but I know I'm going to be all right, so I don't have to stress about it too much. I do need to actually be on my game, though, and stop procrastinating on the things that Spirit is telling me to do. Spirit's like, boy, you should know by now that we ain't telling you to do something for funsies. And when we tell you to do something, there's probably a reason. Because as soon as you start to do it, then things start happening. I was talking to Nathan last night, and I was even like, hey, Nathan, like, this is what I've been thinking about doing. He's like, oh, I think that, like, actually sounds like a really good idea. I was like, thanks. You are awesome. Well, at first he was like, well, you know, I don't have any personal experience with this thing that you're doing in particular, but to me, it sounds like a good idea. I was like, thanks, buddy. We've actually been talking quite a bit lately, and it's kind of nice to have that friendship back, honestly. Not back, because the friendship never went anywhere, but we've just been talking a little bit more lately. This is Double Earth. Double Earth is number 2. Supportive power. This is divine feminine energy. And then here's the feminine right here. Masculine, divine feminine with the bouquet. Or the man, divine feminine with the bouquet. The woman, well, this is divine feminine. This is the bouquet. The woman and the wild card. Number 2, supportive power and divine yin. In the beginning, there is darkness and confusion. Yet deep in that darkness, attainment awaits. The way to success for you is by being receptive and yielding. Yielding is the true way to lead. No need for greater ambition at this time. Be content and at peace with what you possess. Harness the force and power of soft earth. Like the earth, the sage accepts the character of all, for better or for worse, and nurtures all with compassion, without exception. So, yeah, I need to learn how to be nice again by November. There was something else in here. Also, I need to get back into like more gratitude and stuff like that, and appreciation. Does that be? Your phone is 44% and it's 1:44 p.m. Oh snap! All right, Clarenda. So now let's look at the Ace of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. We're going to do Ace of Cups up top, Three of Pentacles on the bottom. This is water over earth. Water over earth. Water over earth is number 8, alliances. Alliances. Hey, I just met a new friend who's pretty cool. And I got this full moon in my 11th house, so it makes sense. It's all about associates and stuff like that. Teamwork, alliances, and bonding. To prevent fights, a neutral voice is needed, a voice from the gods. Oh, two stand together, one linked to the other, bonding for strength and alliance. To conquer the great floods and enemies, hold an assembly of the gods on the mountain. On the mountain, interesting. Good fortune to come when your intentions are in good faith. A fair warning, do not be late. Do not be the last to arrive. The last to arrive will receive misfortune. Your honor will be tested, but with motivation and focus, one can achieve anything. Seek alliances with those who share your truth. Now, what's interesting here is we're talking about preventing fights, a neutral voice from the gods, from spirit, two who stand together, linked to each other, bonded for strength, to conquer great floods and enemies. And then it's also talking about, again, going to spirit, moving with good, or acting in alignment with good faith, with good intentions, not being late, honor being tested. And it's like with this partnership, and then like one linked to the other partnership, and then teamwork and alliances came out. The energy that we send out is the energy that we receive. That was the part of good faith and intentions and stuff like that. Wow. So hey, it'll be fairly lit. That's what I got for me. I am gonna I Ching the 6 of Swords and the 9 of Cups, with the 6 of Swords being on top as the overall I Ching. 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups. 6 of Swords, 9 of Chalices. This is lake over water. I feel like I've done water over lake lately. But now we're doing lake over water. Under the water, carry the water. But remove the water. Iron Hand, number 47, which breaks down to an 11. I didn't break any other number down, but that's fine. It didn't pop in my head, too. 47. Oppression, Iron Hand, and feeling trapped. A state of inner oppression. You are overwhelmed, unable to cope with your feelings of entanglement. Well, by this point, I'm pretty much over those feelings. There is indecisiveness in the face of what you see as your adversity. Yet you are being oppressed by that which is not oppressive. You can still prevail in spite of the initial oppression. You are oppressed by bonds that can be broken easily. The oppression is in your mind. Reconcile logic, reason, and rationality with emotional expression, intuition, and spiritual understanding. Now that is bringing the Queen of Cups energy to the situation. This actually, and remember, like I've also talked about recently, I had a dream where somebody was trying to drown me. We were both underwater. Like literally everything was water. And that person was like, I can hold my breath longer than you. And, you know, I'm I'm super stubborn. So I'm like, oh, I'll show you. And like, I guess I wasn't really thinking because we were talking underwater. And in my mind, like the fact that we're both talking underwater means that we can like breathe water. Like neither one of us is going to drown. But I needed to get over my stubbornness and some other things. Also, I was kind of sort of overwhelmed with emotion at that point because I'm like, this is a lot and I can't do anything with this. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And so just hold it. I talked about this card in the dream too. I talked about this card and this symbol right here in that dream. And that symbol in the dream was about creating portals. Both of these are related to the dream of the Jack-o'-lantern video. That's wild. And then the 10 of Cups right here. The lady and the man, the bouquet, stars, 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups. I feel like things are about to get a little easier, but they're not. It's going to require work, but they're not going to be, I don't know how to say that. Because it's not that they're going to be less heavy by any means. It's going to require a different kind of work, I guess, is what I could say. Girl, what? Is the flash on? What just happened? Hello? What the? I'm going to take a picture so I can save this and remember. All right, and that's what I got for me. Clorinda, if you would like one of these, a Diceology and Spirit Keeper's Tarot card. Actually, if you want one, what I'll do is I'll pull a Diceology card for you, shuffle up the SKT, and then pull around a card for that. For being a good sport and hanging out with me. Hey, Mimi. Had to roll the first loaves. Roll the first loaves. Oh, snap. I was talking to one of my friends today, and she said that she just made some banana bread, and you're making bread. Well, she said it ended up coming out like a banana cake, and then moon was at the bottom. So All right, I'm gonna shuffle these first to clear all of that out. So for Clorinda, how you doing tonight, Mimi? Okay. All right. And then we'll give this a few shuffles and we'll see what comes out. Watch like 5 cards come out. Like 2 cards at the most, please. I'm just trying to reward Clorinda for sticking around with me this whole time and not trying to be up all night. But at the same time, if it need to come out, then I guess it need to come out. Oh, what if you get the fish card, Clorinda? I love the fish card. What is that song? I know it's on a commercial. Okay. Ooh, that card almost came out. All right. Or Clorinda. Whatever's like the see, like you see all these cards that no, I caught y'all and a single one hit the table. Y'all playing games. What can benefit Clorinda the most right now? You know? Or whatever Clorinda needs right now. Oh well, look. How many cards is that? 2. Okay, I said 2 at the most, and we got 2. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of diamonds. Oh my gosh, Clorinda, the bottom of the deck is the fish card. I was like, Clorinda, if you get the fish card, I would be so excited. The fish card is at the bottom of the deck. It's a school of glimmering fish, spotlight a sunken treasure, and the rising of a new continent. This was one of the cards that came up for my new year. It was the second card that came out for my new year. That's interesting. Shed some tears, etc. You're good. I hear that Pisces moon got people in their emotions, and it's a time of purging as well, I guess, because it's a full moon. People purge on full moons and release, right? Clorinda, you got the King of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. Oh, snap. A king and a queen. King of Hearts, Queen of Spades. This is a 3 and a 5. King of Hearts is a decision that once made cannot be rescinded, a wise king who settles an impossible dispute, and operating in divine order. What's interesting about this card is every number is single digit. There are no double digit numbers in this card. And then the Queen of Spades is literally the one that just came out for my October. Operating as a unified whole, living the example, and a heart that shines from the depths of the soul. You may be facing a really hard choice here soon. It's going to be important that you make that choice from your heart. And also use your intuition. Use both your heart and your intuition. And with this living the example energy, there's something about being observed. I don't like the first line on this card because it seems so final. I strongly dislike the first line on this card. But it came so clearly. A decision that once made cannot be rescinded. Well, I guess that's not necessarily bad. That could be a commitment to move forward in a positive direction, right? Right. We'll see. Bottom of the deck is the strength card, though. Here's the strength card. There may be a tough decision that you have to make, but make it from the heart and you'll be okay. I'm going to look around before and after the King of Cups and before and after the Queen of Swords. So that's the Archangel of Healing and the Scarlet Shield. And here's the Scarlet Shield. So the 10 of Wands is before and the 8 of Wands is after. There's something that's like bogging you down or holding you down or slowing you down, maybe potentially a little bit of a burden that once you let go of will have you like just accelerating way out into the future. What this is pointing to is unknown. So that's interesting. And here's literally the Archangel healing with the moon, Piscean energy, and the Rogue, the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords was actually at the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling it one time, and I looked at the bottom of the deck and I saw it, but it just came out. But the Six of Swords is right behind that. So I would say it might be, you might have to take a step back from something to move forward and drop a burden also to move forward. But we'll see. I'm going to do 3 I Chings. First, I'm going to I Ching these two. Then I'm going to I Ching these separately. So all together, this, it almost feels like a test. Almost. Not necessarily. Your mind, LOL. You'll need it. All you can get. And what's interesting is this is an impossible decision. A wise king who settles an impossible dispute. And then you have the moon. The energy of that line is King Solomon when there were the 2 women fighting over the baby. And he was like, okay, cut the baby in half and you can each have half of the baby. And one woman was like, okay, like that works. And then the other woman was like, no, I'd rather her have the baby. And then King Solomon was like, oh, that's the mother. That was a test of heart. And right here, it's a heart that shines from the depths of the soul. It's a test of the heart, and your heart shines true. And that was the level of this, like with the moon, that was the level of this sort of like deceivery, trickery. Oh. Okay. Oh. Somebody might be coming to apologize for something, maybe here sometime soon. In these times or moving forward, some people may come to truly appreciate someone who is kind, compassionate, and genuine and caring. And because there's this trial right here, since it was about, it's not necessarily a trial, it's not necessarily about their character, but it's like, who's the real mother? Which one of these 2 women is the mother? And so someone may be noticing your kind heart despite everything that you're going through. And it might be you operating from your heart space that could settle a decision that you don't even have to make. Like this could be not even you making this choice and decision. But there's still something for you to unburden yourself from. And so I'm going to look before, oh, literally right here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. That's before and after the 2 of Wands, because you have to drop 2 wands to go from the 8 to, or to go from the 10 to the 8. And here's the Page of Wands, the tale resumes. There's the 9 of Swords. It could have been something that you've been staying up, really thinking about and looking for messages that really sort of align with your desires with that page. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. It could honestly be a few people. Probably, yeah, but also it could be like not even just him. It could be like anybody who you've had a disagreement or a little bit of a beef with. Maybe someone, now the Hierophant is at the bottom of the deck with the Hermit and the 2 of Cups and Justice and the King of Swords, but we'll leave the King of Swords over there. I want to take him, but we'll leave him there. Hold on, I'll just give it a little peek. And the Memory Keeper. Okay, so the Memory Keeper, 6 of Cups, is behind the King of Swords. At the bottom of the deck now was the Hierophant, the Hermit, the 2 of Cups, and Justice. I mean, honestly, it does kind of sort of feel like the energy of someone who was in a previous engagement and just needed some time to really put themselves together. Because with Abyssus Abyssum Est, that's the depths of me called to the depths of you. And that's what this person discovered when they went that deep. It's like they couldn't even hear the call because of everything that was going on before. But now this energy of justice is coming in, and the King of Swords could be coming to speak the truth, and that's also an Archangel Commander. It's a fighter. I mean, you see what it's looking like, Clorinda. So, I mean, okay. But the Four of Orbs, the Conservator, did just come out as her message. And what the Four of Orbs Conservator tells me is that there was some burden on both sides. And the Conservator is supposed to be a protector, and it's supposed to be a guardian. And so maybe, like, not only was there that Hierophant energy that was sort of on the back of this, because like the Hierophant in this deck in particular, it's about going beyond these two pillars. And so there was something preventing an energy from moving past this Hierophant Holy See energy, even if that commitment was over. And again, that's what this alone time was for. And in the space of alone time, a lot of people can go to anything as a sort of comfort or distraction. And if there's one thing that, you know, a lot of us have been going through lately, it's actually facing all of our things, right? So, I mean, I ain't gonna necessarily go that far. That ain't necessary. But a Virgo card did come out, and it's Virgo season. Yeah. And so that's like, there are still things that need to be protected here. And with the Nine of Swords, it does sort of feel like thinking about these old shadows from the past. But again, it's like once this stuff can be released, I mean, and like numerologically, you only have to release 2 wands to get to the 8. The Two of Wands in some decks is a crossroads. In the Pride Tarot, it's 2 people having the same idea but wanting to go about it in 2 completely different ways. Maybe one person thinks it's a little bit more or less feasible than the other person. But here, the Two of Wands is the discerning one. So your own discernment and whoever else's discernment is going to be key. Because again, it's like when you continue to show the same character and when you continue to shine from your heart, that's what made that case. That's how the king could tell who the mother was. Because one person didn't care at all and the other one did. The other person cared to the point that she was willing to sacrifice her own child just so that it could live. And the king saw that. And this, like, it's an energy that you can't fake. And so that's what makes this decision a little bit, it's like when everything is thrown out of perspective, but one thing, like that's when like consistency and authenticity and that genuinity, if that's a word, that's when it's noticed. And then things can take off. And again, I don't know what it's pointing to because there's no card there. So, you know, yeah. Take care of the old stuff, resolve the old stuff, let those burdens go, let the divine take it. And then over here with the Archangel of Healing, there's the Moon and the Seven of Swords. This is actually interesting. Because this could be, and again, it's related to the discerning one. And this shining from the heart, it's like that illuminates it illuminates things and it removes some of this illusionary energy. Excuse me. Also, the necromancer or the moon is the necromancer card in this deck, and a necromancer brings dead things back to life. And this could actually be a good energy. If you continue to handle the things that are coming up, I feel like it's going to be removing blockages that you don't even necessarily know are blockages. Because as you handle it, you're freeing yourself. You're removing these burdens. Okay, well, let's consult. Oh, wait, we have a king and a queen. The Queen of Swords was the bouquet, I believe. The King of Cups, I'll see. You fell asleep, girl. Oh, it's 12:11. It's 11:11 my time. It's 11:10. Oh, snap, it's almost 11:11 my time. I see 12:11 on the clock on my laptop. Hey. You've been trying to give it all to the divine. I mean, that's what that energy is for, right? If you can see, obviously, to Miyoshi. If you can, like, the divine is trying to take this burden, and sometimes we stubbornly hang on to them. So I would say keep up with the release and keep up with continuing to shine from your heart, because you never know who's watching. Hey, 11:11. Make a wish. Make a wish. Okay. So we're gonna start with the Lenormand first, and then I'll move over to the I Ching. This is so interesting. So the Queen of Hearts, no, it's the King of Hearts. The King of Hearts is the house, which is home, establishment, safety, tradition, custom, privacy, conservative, positive, and permanent. And then the Queen of the Queen of Spades again was the bouquet, right? Yeah, the Queen of Spades is the bouquet. Flattery, social life, pleasantness, cordiality, etiquette, politeness, appreciation, positive, and spring. So we got the house, and then we have the bouquet. That could also be yeah, it's all the props to all the people doing schooling right now. So everybody who gotta keep it on moving in the world. The home is our sense of comfort. The bouquet it's a symbol of promise. It's a symbol of commitment. And the first commitment that we make is to ourselves, first and foremost. And the more you stay committed to yourself, the more you shine from your heart. It's like you shining from your heart will in itself remove and eliminate some of that darkness. Okay, now let's get into the I Ching. I don't even know if I need to read like 15 different I Chings, but we'll start with the overall I Ching. Overall I Ching is going to be Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. That is Lake Over Water. And I think I just read Lake Over Water, didn't I? Lake Over Water. No, yeah, number 47, Iron Hand. So the overall is Lake Over Water. I'm going to read it again. That's an 11. It's literally the one I just read. This is oppression, iron hand, and feeling trapped. A state of inner oppression, You are overwhelmed, unable to cope with your feelings of entanglement. There is indecisiveness in the face of what you see as your adversity, yet you are being oppressed by that which is not oppressive. You can still prevail in spite of the initial oppression. You are oppressed by bonds that can be broken easily. The oppression is in your mind. Reconcile logic, reason, and rationality with emotional expression, intuition, and spiritual understanding. And I think, again, that relates to this Ten of Wands. I mean, oppression and the Ten of Wands being overburdened with the divine coming to eliminate some of that. Definitely. Well, they got to be dressed. I mean, as long as they got clothes on, they should be fine. That's more laundry. I'm like, no. He's present and he's clothed. He's fine. Ain't no, that breaks dress code. If you don't get out of here. I'm sorry. This is why I just don't sometimes. So we're going to start here. And we're going to do Seven of Swords over the moon to clarify this one. The moon, Seven of Swords over the moon is double heaven, which is divine yang energy, interestingly enough. Creative power and divine yang. Ruling a splendorous kingdom bestowed with the graces of heaven and furthering the endeavor toward greatness. You are a pioneer. You wield both creativity and perseverance. Take pause before you proceed on your endeavor. Do not act on impulse. Instead, be receptive to the directive power of heaven over you. You want to be assured of your course of action before you proceed. Once you are assured of your course of action, act swiftly, firmly, and with conviction. Sublime success shall be yours. So, this is saying, again, it ain't like, don't go out there and act immediately. Oh, okay. Buffering. Oh, snap. Is it back now? Is it still buffering? Did you hear that, Clorinda? Uniform on. Okay, thank you. So yeah, it's about sort of waiting for the moment where spirit tells you to move. I would say keep your eye open, keep your ears open to spirit. And there could be an energy to get a little bit impatient. And look, what did it just say? Hold it. Do not act on impulse. Instead, be receptive to the directive power of heaven over you. And then the last line on here is operating in divine order. So there's a double emphasis on operating in divine order, right? And you may feel like you're missing out on something, but whatever perceived loss there is, the divine will recuperate. But it did say act swiftly. So when the divine is telling you to move on something or to do something, then do it and don't overcomplicate it and continue to come from your heart. At the same time, and then we'll see what the 10 and the 8 of Wands is about, and then we'll wrap it up. The 10 of Wands is thunder, the 8 of Wands is thunder, and I literally just read double thunder. So here's another one that we read, Brenda. Double thunder is sharp turn number 51. Well, there's that 8 of Wands with the sharp turn again, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Unexpected sharp turn in a great thunderstorm. The shock of fate has hit you. Circumstances seem beyond your control, in the wake beyond your control. In the wake of a cataclysm, your will is weakened. You cannot allow that to happen. While you cannot control the circumstances, you can control your mental response. Learn to maintain your composure in the face of cataclysm. Do not be terrified by the thunder and lightning. The outcome is not as bad as you dreaded. Regain your inner strength. You must persist onward in your endeavor in spite of blows. In time, you will fully recover what you have lost. It is still auspicious to go forth on your endeavor. And did I not just say like you'll recover what you've lost? Like literally right here. Also, it mentioned perseverance, and then perseverance was mentioned up here in the overall. Oof. Oh, wow. But yeah, I think the most important things to keep in mind are, again, the first commitment that we have is to ourselves. And before we can seek a home outside, we have to have a home inside. There's lots of change here, and like some inspired and divine change with this 3 and then the 5. Also, with that message, it is to like you've been through enough that you've gained experience in keeping and creating and maintaining mental composure in the space of challenge. Right? That's something that you've been able to at least practice doing. And that's also what this card talked about. Like there may be a great challenge coming, but if you can maintain your composure in the face of that challenge, then it'll see you through. The divine will see you through, and you'll be protected. Even if you don't necessarily know what's going on with this 9 of Swords, you'll be protected. And there's going to come a point when things are going to lighten up and you're going to be a little bit more mobile. But again, it's like appearances may be deceiving with the 7 of Swords and the Moon. Because I don't even know if you're actually losing anything here because of this moon energy. And with this being the Necromancer, it's like whatever is lost will be returned, like that card said. So that's what I got for you, Clarinda, as a thank you for sticking with me the whole time, and as an extra special thank you for the donation that you sent me. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. And this is the least I could do to give back. So, yeah. Did I read this? Yeah. It was A School of Glimmering Fish, Spotlight a Sunken Treasure, and the Rising of a New Continent. 81, 19, 10, 5, 3, and 2. 1981. 81, 19. 1891. I don't know. No problem, Clarinda. Thank you. So that was this video. I hope y'all have a good whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to get it. You know what? I'm going to do the final shuffle. I ain't going to leave this off without that. Again, thank you so much for that donation, Clarinda. I really, really appreciate it. And for hanging out, you know. Let's do this one first. So, final messages of today. Did I do final messages earlier? You want to put them on Lotto? Yeah. All of them are just the ones from the bottom. I'll send them all to you. If you win something from the lottery, I would be shook. Let me pull a card. Hey, this could be my ticket to abundance. I could pull a card and play the lottery. Is that personal gain? I don't know. No, it ain't. It ain't. It's cool. It's fine. Spirit said that's fine. You can abuse your gifts for money. Why not? I'm just playing. Spirit didn't say that, obviously. 34. 9. Oops, that was not a 9. Oh, this is going to be annoying. 9, 11, 4, 6, 4. See, this is how I made the cards the first time. I just spoke everything, and then I put in the spaces. Because for some reason on Messenger, they're like, every time I type a number, it'll go back. 4, 6, 7, 8, 4, 1. It only got 4 numbers. I'll send I'm going to forget. You know what? I'll just take a picture because that'd be easier. I will do this, though. Because this one you may not be able to see. 4, 6, 7, 8, 4, 1. I hope you can see these because my stuff is... There you go. Okay. So since I got these in my hand right now, let's open a message. You would share it with us both. Wait, did this? Hold up. I'm not gonna count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. All cards accounted for. Nice. Love that energy. Love that energy. Spirit, what are the winning lotto numbers for the Powerball? Is the Powerball 6 numbers, low-key? I mean, like, at least 3 of these will be, like, single-digit numbers. So that would be so wild if that's how it came out. That'd be so wild. Or we'll take the first number from, like, 6 different cards. Okay, final message, please. We just playing about the personal game. I'm not going to play the lotteries. Unless you make me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Spirit's like, you don't get no lottery. You get to work. Working is your lottery. I said, what? Why can't I just have the... Okay, final message, please. Final message, please, from the Vexology. See, I try sometimes. I don't really like doing that, but with these cards, I don't mind too much. So the card that came out is the Jack of Clubs. The internal invited to the external, inner secret revealed, and cognition illuminated. 95, 9, 2, 4, 6, and 3. And this is how they're laid out. There we go. Bottom of the deck is the 9 of Clubs. 9 of Clubs is stripped bare, a game of charades, and a day with no mirrors. 26, 2, 7, 5, 6, and 4. Inner secret revealed and stripped bare. Yeah, that's going to be the internal invited to the external. Now, typically, I would say, like, whatever's on the inside is going to come to the light. And that's the thing about stripped bare. What's in the dark will come to the light. The inside will manifest on the outside. Cognition illuminated too. Those are deep thoughts. How you think of, how you view the world. I've been playing a lot of Persona, and that game is all about cognition. What we got about this Jack? Final message from the SKT, please. Okay, that almost. Final message from the SKT. Final message from the SKT, please. Final message from the SKT. Final message from the SKT, please. From the SKT, please. From the SKT. Sure. Oh, I got an extra card that I didn't see. Boo. Bottom of the deck is the Bereaved with the Three of Swords. The cards that came out are New World Order, the Eminence, and the Initiate. That's the World, the Nine of Orbs, and the Fool. That's the Fresh Fool, though. Fresh Fool energy is interesting because at this point, I would think it'd be at least a Seeker. But with this being the Initiate, I think it is a brand new experience that we haven't sort of had yet. Like, if you've been manifesting something that you've never interacted with before, that's this energy. Or if it's going to be like brand new, that's this energy. The Nine of Orbs and the Eminence. The Nine of Orbs is the Eminence. The Eminence in the New World Order. It's a new way of doing things. This is Virgo energy. This is that Venus in Virgo? Yeah, this is Venus in Virgo energy. This is the second decan of Virgo. And here's Saturn. I'm actually going to go on my little app to see when Venus is going to hit roughly 11 degrees. I'll go 11 degrees Virgo. Let's see when that happens. It may not mean nothing, but it might. You know, you never know. You never know with these things, you know? Oh, wait. Is it almost the full moon? It is, I think. Where the moon at? Where the moon at? The moon is currently 9 degrees, 46 minutes Pisces. And the sun is currently 10 degrees and 10 minutes Virgo. So that full moon will be in like an hour or two. Let's look and see. We'll look at November 2nd. Why not? So November 2nd, Venus will be in Libra. Wait, is Venus in Virgo right now? Hold up. Where's Venus right now? Where's Venus? Yeah, Venus is still in Cancer. Okay. I was like, Libra. Oh, I guess I did go 2 months. All right, let's go October 2nd. October 2nd, Venus is 29 degrees Leo. So let's go October 15th. October 15th, Venus is 14 degrees Virgo. So Venus is about to start flying, apparently. October 11th, Venus is 9 degrees Virgo. So we'll just say like the 13th. October 13th, Venus is 12 degrees Virgo. Venus is going to be flying, yo. So between the 12th and the 13th of October, Venus is going to be entering the second decan of Virgo. By that time, that'll be that's like right before Pluto goes direct. And then we have this New World Order. Like right before Pluto goes direct. Or around the time Pluto goes direct. That's when Pluto will be the last of the heavy karmic planets that goes direct, right? First, Jupiter will go direct after Mars retrogrades. And then Saturn is going to go direct at the end of the month. And then Pluto is going to go direct at the beginning of next month. Venus will be in position in Virgo. And then we'll have this New World Order. This is almost saying that, like, I don't know, maybe we need to be, like, solid by then. That's not a lot of time. I need a clarifier. I don't know what's going on. Your mom's birthday, oh, snap. Oop. Yay! You finished rolling the raisin bread. Around the time Saturn goes direct. Yep, Saturn goes direct on the 29th. Your Venus is in Leo. Oh, snap. Is that a hot Venus? Oh, the Empress. Okay. The Empress is coming to clarify this. This is divine feminine energy. Where's Mars going to be? Because Mars is going to still be in Aries. Mars is going to be 21 degrees retrograde. Well, Aries and Virgo, that's in conjunct. Quincunx. This is about the Empress. I guess the Empress is about, okay, so Mars is going to be going retrograde, and Mars is squaring Saturn right now. So a masculine way of accomplishing and doing things may not necessarily be working right now, but the feminine way of going about it is. And feminine creative energy, or at least how I'm feeling it, it's more aligned to this new world order energy, because that's how it works. So if it's aligned with the divine, and if we're in a receptive space, then we'll be told how to move. If we try to move without any direction, it's going to be this initiate. It's going to be this full, just like falling headfirst into that chasm because, you know, whatever. But if we got our little divine radio on, we'll be able to know the path. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Even though that's like a little bit of a ways out, but that's something that we can start doing right now, is really aligning ourselves to this new way of going about things, this Empress way. Because the Empress is also connected to life. And then we have the zodiac wheel up there. We got the dragonfly that speaks of ancient wisdom. We got that bird that like a swan or something. It's about love or something. I don't know. But also what's going to be important with that Empress energy is a solid foundation in itself and of self-worth. Because if the Empress's self-worth is busted, then her magic isn't going to work like it should. And that's what this is. The internal invited to the external. The internal is feminine. So I guess feminine energy will be invited into the world, inner secrets revealed and cognition illuminated. And I feel like that's how Empress energy works a little bit more than masculine energy, because masculine energy is about how we shine and how we move. It's very Martian. Venusian Empress energy is about what we attract to us. And there is no fooling that magnet because it operates on the inside. It operates on the internal invited to the external. So we're shifting from external masculine to internal feminine. And what was at the bottom of the deck again? Stripped bare, a game of charades in a day with no mirrors. Okay, so that's what I got. I don't know. Take them as they resonate. Y'all know this could be 6 months from now. It could be never. Oh, look, the High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, well, so yeah, I'm, you know, that's a little bit of potential mastery. But wait, if we not by then, you're a little bit nervous. I use to track transits. I use Time Nomad. And for other stuff, I'll use Astro Matrix. I like Time Nomad because it allows me to change the date and the time like really, really quickly. And I can also use it, like there's a feature, I paid like $4.99 for it, but I use it all the time, so it's totally worth it, to be able to track like when planets go retrograde and when they cross a cusp and stuff like that. So that's what I use. And Astro Matrix, they have some interpretation-y stuff on there. Time Nomad is pretty much just for tracking transits and stuff like that. Time Nomad, it has more like astronomy data, but that's what I use. And like if I'm watching someone's video and I randomly come across like, because I still watch astrology videos sometimes just to see what people are talking about. 9 times out of 10 I don't agree or I don't like what they're saying. The tune might be shifting here now, that everyone's like, oh, full moon in Pisces, let's listen to spirit, when we should have been listening to spirit this whole time. Full moon in Pisces with Mars and Aries about to retrograde. To me, it astrologically feels like the energy of when Mars was in Pisces before it went into Aries. But now we want to be asking what we should be doing with Mars. Okay, anyway, sorry. Sorry. But yeah, I just use those to look at the transits, and then I go based off of how I feel the astrology in my own life. And I was talking to one of my friends today, and that conversation was so enlightening, because I was like, thank you. Like, I just told her what it means. I didn't even necessarily tell her my perspective. And she said exactly what I was thinking, right? Like, Mars square Saturn, especially when Mars is in Aries, I feel like Mars square Saturn is a really good aspect, because Mars in Aries can be so wild and so rambunctious. I feel like that Saturn square gives it the opportunity to actually focus and to hone that fire, so it's not a wildfire burning everything down. It's like that's as close to a campfire as we're going to get Aries energy. And now Mars is going retrograde to really get us to focus on like what actually matters right before Saturn goes direct. So in my mind, I'm like, hey, that's like for actually furthering and actually building upon the foundations that we set. It's a pretty good energy. If you're all about nonsense, then it probably isn't going to support nonsense. But who wants nonsense to be supported in the world right now anyway? Don't we got enough nonsense going on right now? I don't know. But anyway, Aries rising. Oh, snap. So Mars is in your first house, probably. Too much. I have Aries safely tucked in my 12th house where it can roam free and I don't know what it's destroying. It's too big. It's like, I don't know. Mars is just in my 12th house somewhere doing something, messing with my Venus. Well, right now, Mars was leaving my Venus alone. Now that Mars is going to retrograde, it's going to go back and try to holler at my Venus again. But, you know. All right. Thank you again, Clarinda and Mimi, for coming in. Again, this was all, like, that was my 2020. But if it resonates or if a piece of it resonates with you, then take it. I kind of sort of did this for my own posterity. And I just thought, why not include people live? No problem, Clarinda. Thank you. I will catch y'all later. Have a good whenever you see this. And I hope you're acting in alignment to make that good even better. Later.